Well, I think they've both done the best they can with an unknown disease that we were all trying to figure out how to handle. Imagine the situation we had in early March when Dr. Fauci recommended we shut down the economy in order to deal with the healthcare pandemic. So we were confronted with a combination of problems, a healthcare emergency and a shutdown economy at the same time. What to do? Well, the CARES Act began in my office. We drafted it, built it out, appealed to the Democrats and the administration, and literally flooded the zone with ultimately $3 trillion to both deal with the healthcare pandemic and the economic crisis created by shutting down the government. And we learned some lessons. Dr. Fauci's indicated we're not going to shut the economy down again. I agree with him. It created a whole different set of problems. So in the meantime, what we have to do until we get a vaccine is to wear our masks, practice social distancing, and try to prevent the spread.
Senator, thank you. Lieutenant Colonel McGrath.
Well, I give the president, the White House, and this Congress an F for its handling of coronavirus. Look, we have 213,000 Americans dead in 9 months. That's more Americans dead than World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Persian Gulf War, Iraq and Afghanistan wars combined. And Senator McConnell thinks we've done a good job. We have 5% of the world's population, 25% of the world's COVID cases. And we still have a president in mixed messages from this White House on how to handle this virus. And Senator McConnell, his one job is to help America in this crisis right now in passing legislation to keep our economy afloat so that people can make ends meet. And instead of doing that, he is trying to ram through a Supreme Court nominee right now, instead of negotiating, which is what he should have been doing all summer long to make that happen.
Senator, do you have an additional response?
Well, what you wanted us to pass was the bill that provided health care for illegals, tax cuts for rich people in New York and California, and had more money in it for Puerto Rico than for Kentucky. Yeah, we've been negotiating, trying to put something reasonable together that actually attacks the problem. I laid out a bill in the Senate about a month ago that provided liability protection so that people didn't get sued as a result of how they handle this. Kids in school, jobs, health care. We couldn't get a single Democrat to vote for it. So it's pretty clear to me that her party doesn't want to get a solution.
Senator, time, Lieutenant Colonel McGrath.
Can I respond to that?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So Senator McConnell 3 years ago had no problems ramming through, working overtime to pass a $2 trillion tax cut for the wealthiest 1% in corporations. But now when it comes to Kentucky families, when it comes to putting food on the table, when it comes to renters, that 40% of Kentucky renters are facing eviction right now, he won't pass the $2 trillion that even President Trump wants done right now. I mean, $2 trillion for corporations, no problem. $2 trillion for Kentucky in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of a national crisis that we haven't seen in 100 years, nah, that's too hard.